My shoulder.
I like next to never leave Philadelphia on a plane. And I finally got the opportunity when I went out with my work to go visit. Me and Eddie B had coordinated that he was going to meet up with me and skate down there when I went down. Ed met up with me at 7 in the morning, bright and early. He had this whole plethora of spots all set up. You know, he had it in his phone. We're going to go start off at the ditches, basically the Terminator 2 ditches that I've always wanted to check out. And, you know, we go around into the little entranceway, down into the spillway, and then there's this giant bank. And it's like exactly what you pictured before. It's the typical Cali LA riverbank. And this one I just like really long one up to the wall ride. And there's like it kind of felt like Philly in a way. There was just trash everywhere and like tumbleweeds and clothes and stuff on the bank. So it's like you had to drop in and kind of like not only like the uncertainty of like, all right, this is kind of a steep bank and I'm not used to this, and I have to avoid clothes and other obstacles just to get down it. And it was kind of a weird angle, like jumping in that way and like curving around and then hitting the wall ride, but it was still fun, especially with a downhill approach into a downhill jump. Gotta have slop wall ride. I almost like one time I was like underneath of it and I almost like died. So luckily I didn't do that. But you know, we were stoked. Good start. Ed wanted to do a little something on the, you know, the kicker ramp that they had over there. So he started messing around with that, seeing how it was going, throwing a little fakie 5, and he's like, "I'm going to fakie 7." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like, you don't have to. You can just give me a fakie 5 and it's fine. But that's it. Ed wants to be Ed. And he just goes around, he throws one, like, you know, doesn't do it, but he does a fakie 5, but it's like you're just testing it.
Alright, I got it out of my system, that's all I needed to do.
Then he goes to throw 7 and just arm goes around and his shoulder just falls out. I'm trying to get his shoulder back in. It's not working. So I'm just like, you know, what the fuck do we do right now? Like, he's like, I gotta go to the hospital. And so I get all of his stuff, get his book bag, I get my book bag, and like pretty much skate to a parking lot, call an Uber, have this poor man like frantically like, what is wrong with this kid? Because Ed's shirtless, he took his shirt off. We need to Uber to a hospital. And I looked up the closest hospital, it was like 2 miles away. We met up 7 o'clock. 7:30 we get to the spot. 7:45 I'm back in an Uber. 8 a.m. I'm in the emergency room. So needless to say, the start of my California skate adventure was extremely uncertain to start. So I hung with them and they said it was going to be a long time. So he told me to go back. I didn't know what to do at this time. They had to actually knock him out, I think, to put his shoulder back in, and how bad it got messed up. And it didn't even look like a bad fall at all. Ed was having issues with his shoulders beforehand, and then that just threw it out of whack. So I took an Uber back to my place, which was like a half hour at that point. So I really wish I could have got more of Ed when I was out there. It's unfortunate it worked out that way, but I'm glad I got some form of him in the video with New York. It just would have been the icing on the cake to get him in California. But I will be back out there to film him at some point. I honestly thought my skate day was over until I met up with Jay later.
Yeah, baby. I don't know.
Where are we at?
Oh, where are we at? Costa Mesa, California.
Yo.
Costa Mesa, California.
But luckily, Ed got discharged maybe like 3 or 4 hours later, around noon or 1. The homie Joe's son, who was also from Philly, he decided to come skate with me, which was cool. He picked up Ed from the hospital. Jay and his homie, the filmer dude Tom. If you ever see me yelling at a rodent, it's this thing right here. This man is the boy. This guy is the Cardinal Bevilacqua of this scenario right here. This is the dyno mascot. They took me to this pretty much parking lot where it had a down ledge that was pretty much down a parking lot, but it was hugging this wall, and it was pretty much just a curb that was like so low off the ground. It was pretty much that high off the ground, but it had like an indent inside to where your foot could get caught if you like went a little too far over, so it was kind of deadly in that aspect, and it was slippery. Jay assesses the whole thing, and then I'm just trying to get the low, like the topsoil of topsoils, like just trying to give it to you like I'm John Julio, and I'm not John Julio. I just like try to go as low as I go and just hold on for the ride, because every time you get on it was like one of those things where you would hold it, but it was so hard to come off, like to turn fakey and everything. It was just like you just had to ride the wave, hope you rode it, and then like come off real quick. But I'm sure somebody's wrecked that thing plenty of times, more than so to me. But I was completely happy with the topsoil. Jay probably came through with the trick of the day at the next spot though. It was like a really terrible ledge line where if you went with any speed on this ledge, you were going parking lot to ledge, just slamming through the glass. And it was a mixture of, like, for me at least, trying to figure out how to exit off the ledge where I'm not going to completely like obliterate this this poor window right here. And so I couldn't do anything cool with the spot personally, but Jay probably got the trick of the day with that Unity. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he came out that way. But I'm happy I filmed it the way I did. I got really far underneath him, and I really like captured like how he kind of like twisted his feet from one way to another. And Jay's always been like the man with that trick. I don't know how. It's like one of those things where Jay is the king of the pretzel. We also skated this like knick-knack bench that was right next to a bowling alley that was like just a bowling alley, I guess, right here on the strip.
And I was like, am I fucking losing my mind? So I was like, oh no, people are just fucking laying down with strikes next to the spot.
But it was basically like a cutout ledge. Really don't understand why we skated it or why we stopped there, but we just did. Jay did a really cool alley-oop P-star to transfer switch Machia to fakie. Which
Fucking definitely. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yo! Had a little rise. Big Tom did a little soul to soul that was really sick. I think he was trying something else where he was trying to go over or something.
Yeah, that was sick.
I did soul to Truthman fish brain, a little tap, and I did like 3 times to like ensure that I like got on it because I wasn't sure if I got on it. And I wanted to do full cab alley Machio hop up. Like hop up back to the other side, but I couldn't figure out how to like get my body weight to jump completely over it, so I kind of blew that one. You know, it's what you get for being an old man skating in California and rusty.